Donald Trump had some unfortunate incidents revolving around black voters and black people over the weekend. First, Donald Trump attempted to play up how black people like him and how much he likes black people by pointing to a random black guy at the crowd that formed at one of his rallies over the weekend and directing everybody else to look at his African American. I present to you my new favorite clip.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
What was the context, Lewis? Well, let's look at a little more video and see if it makes more sense. If instead of showing you just 3 seconds, I show you what the context of this thing was. To me, it makes no more sense. Take a look.
We had a case where we had an African American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm, look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay. So we have an African American guy at one of the rallies a month.
You know what's been missing from this story? People were going nuts over the weekend saying like, wow, my African American, the dude sounds like a slave owner. The context, when you add context, it makes it even worse because the context is Trump pointing out that they had a black guy at another rally who was behaving himself as if it's some kind of news that that there are some black people who manage to go to Trump rallies and not act the way Donald Trump characterizes them as acting. The context is far more offensive than just pointing at a random black dude and saying, check out my African American.
Yeah, it's just the word my, and very poor choice of words. But this isn't going to change anything for Donald Trump.
No, I mean, the supporters seem to eat this stuff up. And it's reminiscent of when Bill O'Reilly reported going to a traditionally black restaurant in Harlem, I believe it was, in New York City with Al Sharpton. And he was sort of surprised that people weren't saying more iced tea, MFer to the waitstaff. It's the same type of thing. Trump is pointing out, it's notable to Trump that there was a black guy at a rally who was the victim of violence as opposed to the perpetrator. And the person who was pointed out was Gregory Cheadle, a Republican California congressional candidate. He said he was not offended by Trump's comment. No surprise by that. You know what? Listen, Trump is going to have the best blacks in his administration. People are wondering where Trump gets his blacks because they're just going to be tremendous. And he gets the best blacks because he's the best and he'll have the best people around him. And he has binders full of black people. The way Mitt Romney had binders full of women, Trump apparently has a whole binder full of them.
He's only got one, and that's Ben Carson. And if Donald
Who's been
Trump,
fired, by the way.
Well, yeah, but they're probably still buddy, right? I mean, why did he get fired anyway?
I think they just said they were moving on to a different team to find Trump's VP or something.
Like a team comprised of people that have some type of political experience?
Right, yeah. They're getting someone who's marginally competent. It's sort of hard to believe this is real life, but it is.